Right now on 5 on your side at 10.
No Battlehawks game? No problem for these devoted fans.
Clearly, we support our team more than any other UFL or XFL team.
In the heat, the football fans who kept the tailgate spirit alive even when the Battlehawks weren't playing. Father's Day on the Force.
My dad has been my biggest role model since I could elementary school, riding him when he was in the Army.
2 generations, 1 badge. A father and son united in their commitment to serve and protect.
Temperatures today in the mid-90s, hottest day of the year so far, but we're going to continue to say that pretty often this week. How hot it gets and why Monday and Tuesday are a setback, we can find any rain chances.
Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. Brace yourself for a scorching week ahead as temperatures soar. We're tracking this dangerous heat wave as it grips the bi-state. So let's get right to Gary Frank with our Weather First forecast. Gary?
Yeah, and it's the afternoon temperatures, definitely. Talking about being in the mid-90s, that's part of it, right? The 3 or 4 hours where you're out in the sun, you're doing things, that is difficult. The other thing that's difficult that maybe gets overlooked, the fact that it's still 87 degrees at 10 o'clock. You know, when we don't drop down very much, and we drop down to around 79 last night in the city where it's very warm, people that don't have AC, that usually allows your body to give, 6, 7, 8 hours of, a recharge. We don't have that, and then you add our temperatures in the mid to upper 90s every day in a row, it starts to wear on you. Now, clouds and rain are really not a concern for us right now as you look to the south. This is our next surge of Gulf moisture. The leading edge of it, you'll see those widely scattered showers and storms. That's kind of what we have going on for us tomorrow. Most of you are going to stay dry. A few of you may get a brief break from some rain and a few more clouds. That's the only thing that keeps us out of 100 degrees. So tonight, once again, mid to upper 70s even outside of the city, so not much of a break. What we can expect over the next few days is mainly hot and dry. There are a few hit and miss rain chances as we get more humidity with isolated storms, and it gets even hotter. Why today was just the start of our hottest days ahead, and if we're going to see any sort of a break as we track our best chance for rain.
And excessive heat is one of the leading weather-related causes of death nationwide. More than 2,300 people died because of the heat last summer alone. If you need a spot to cool off the next few days, there are cooling centers across the city. St. Louis Public Libraries are opening their doors, as are the Tandy and Wool Rec Centers, the 5-Star Senior Center, and the Northside Youth and Senior Center. Be sure to check ahead with any cooling centers before heading there. And in the case of an emergency, you can call 211. If you need help looking for a cooling center near you, just text the word HEAT to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a map. The hot temperatures didn't stop one South St. Louis neighborhood from celebrating Father's Day in a special way. Our Mercedes McKay takes us to Dutchtown, where one event brought awareness to more than just the dads in our lives.
Despite temperatures reaching well above 90 and feeling like the triple digits, Marquette Park had an action-packed Sunday.
I was already prepared to deal with it since I saw it the other day. I was like, man, it's going to be 100 degrees out there, so we just got to deal with it.
For Benny Robinson and Marcus Haskins, the heat was welcome news because for the last 2 years, their Father's Day Juneteenth kickball tournament was rained out.
Great weather, even though it's hot. Right, it's great weather to have a kickball tournament.
The 2 South City dads run Allies of Marquette Park, a group focused on bringing awareness and beautifying the Dutchtown green space.
Mindset goes along with how your community looks, and it makes you treat yourself better if you treat your community better, so this is vital.
This event not only celebrates fathers, but also brings awareness to Juneteenth.
Being able to come to this park and enjoy the park and enjoy what's going on, because this is something we do all the time.
While many were braving the heat here in Dutchtown to celebrate Father's Day, this is just our first of several extremely warm days across the St. Louis area. That's why we spoke with a Mercy doctor to hear about some tips on how to stay cool.
Historically, that first heat wave of the season, we do tend to see a few more patients come in with heat exhaustion and heat stroke.
Dr. Alok Sengupta says heat stress is the leading cause of weather-related deaths, which is why in extreme temperatures, it's important you're drinking plenty of water and wearing light, loose-fitting clothing.
Obviously, if you have outside physical activities that you need to do, put those on hold and wait till the temperatures come back down.
Some signs to look out for is dizziness, muscle cramps, headaches, and clammy skin. Dr. Sengupta says it's important to listen to your body because these symptoms come quickly.
You're just not used to this heat, and so you think you can do the same amount of work that you typically do, and then it sneaks up on you.
Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
A father and son united in their commitment to serve and protect. That's the story of the Allens of the St. Louis Police Department. With the younger Allen joining the force just 3 months ago, they stand together in the face of the department's ongoing battle with understaffing. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski has our story.
When Ronald Allen Jr. retired from the Army, he was looking for a new career, so he became a security guard, which led him to the St. Louis Police Academy.
Growing up in the inner city, I've seen a lot of violence, and I just wanted to be the change. One of my first baseball coaches, he retired, Lieutenant Colonel Ronnie Robinson. He was my baseball coach, and I looked up to him.
Ronald, or Big Allen, worked his way up to St. Louis SWAT Sergeant and has grown to love this very challenging career.
Public service is one of the best things that you can do. You know, serving your city, the place where you grew up.
Outside of work, he wanted to be a good example for his son, Ronald Allen III, or Little Allen.
He always looked up to me growing up. We were always, real close, and, for him to follow in my footsteps, meant the world.
My dad has been my biggest role model since I could elementary school, riding him when he was in the Army.
Little Allen says if he wasn't a police officer, he'd probably still be on the football field.
Yeah, football or football.
While they're different, their reason for joining the force is the same.
Like my dad said, serving the people and being the first on scene.
Right now, St. Louis Police Sergeant Charles Wall says they're looking for more people to answer the call, just like the Allens did. Currently, there are a little more than 900 men and women serving the department, but they can pay about 300 more, making recruitment crucial.
Your training is so important to us that we're going to pay you while you're in our academy. And upon successful graduation of the academy, we guarantee you a position with our agency.
He hopes their story will inspire other families.
Service is a lot of times deep-rooted within families, whether it's military service or in this case police service. A lot of times children will follow in their parents' footsteps.
Reporting in St. Louis, Laura Barczewski, 5 on Your Side.
Want everyone to know if you or someone you know is interested in joining the St. Louis Police Department. We do have a link with more information at KSDK.com. Well, would St. Louis football fans show up in force to support the city during tonight's UFL championship game? New tonight, Annie Krall mingled with the passionate crowd where supporters braved the heat, even though the Battlehawks, our local team, was eliminated last week.
It is unbearably hot, but we got to come out here and we got to represent St. Louis.
Even with 90-degree temperatures, it wasn't entirely too hot for tailgating and burgers.
I think the worst part, it's scorching hot here, and I just got here, and I'm almost sweating.
The Battlehawks say about 27,000 people showed up to watch the San Antonio Brahmas take on the returning two-time USFL champions, the Birmingham Stallions. But fans barely filled the stands, in sharp contrast to 1 week ago when the Battlehawks were knocked out. Last Sunday here, Anthony McFarland, who's played 4 seasons in the NFL for the Pittsburgh Steelers, had a 69-yard touchdown run to help San Antonio beat the Battlehawks in the playoffs. And of course, the Battlehawks fans who I talked to would much rather see wide receiver Hakeem Butler running around this field.
It was tough. It was tough. I thought we would have a much better game, but we supported our team and we're proud of them.
St. Louis had the highest UFL season attendance, which is why the Dome at America Center was the site of the nationally televised game.
And we want to show everyone that this is a football town and it deserves a team, and we'll support that team whether it's 100 degrees or 5 below zero.
Making it a memorable Father's Day for Ahmed Waba and his 11-year-old daughter, Sophia.
Because my daughter, this is her first game, so we're bringing her to the championship game, and it's more important for me to come out and, bring her to something that she wanted to see.
I actually play golf, and sometimes my dad's like, it's going to be bad, and sometimes it's going to be good, so we're going to hope for next year or even now, let's make that change for us to win next time.
Reporting in St. Louis, Annie Krall, 5 on Your Side.
And the Birmingham Stallions had a 25-0 shutout, winning their 3rd championship in a row. One very recognizable father was at the game, Tom Brady, helping out on the national broadcast. Still to come, the high-flying 96-year-old who is proving the sky's the limit.
I'm just glad that I got to do it. At my age, what else can you do?
Buckle up for a Making a Difference story that might make your heart soar. I-70's getting a makeover in St. Charles County. How Phase 2 of the multi-billion-dollar project may put the hurt on your morning commute.
Much more muggy today, and that helped our temperatures stay way up overnight. why that's important over the next few days, and why this humidity may add to a few rain chances to start the week.